The Apostle Peter, in one of his letters, I don't remember which one, said, "It is not grievous to me to write these things to you, though you already know them, and it's beneficial for you to hear them again." I know that I have discussed this before. For those of you who are regular viewers, you might go, "Why, have I heard him say this before?" Probably. And for those of you who are new, glad that you're joining us, glad that the show is growing. Again, I'm committed to giving you the rhetorical arms that you need, the philosophical, spiritual arms and armament that you need to wage war on evil and to help your fellow Christians to do the right thing at some level. Now, I want to talk about clergy for a minute. Let's pretend that this sounds like a joke. There's a Jewish rabbi, a Roman Catholic priest, and an evangelical minister, and even a female Assembly of God Sunday school teacher or an Episcopalian priest, whatever it is, whatever denomination you're from, that you can hang with a woman being in the ministry at some level, okay? So they're standing on the corner. They're kibitzing, they're visiting. And the car pulls up, and the window goes down, and there's somebody there who goes to their church. All right? It's the mystery person. Oh, I know that person. Yeah. So there's somebody there standing, driving the car, and the person on the corner says, "Hey, good to see you. I've got to go and get some medication for my mom, and I've got to get some food for my kids, and I'm out of money, so I'm going to go to the bank and rob the bank, and I might have to shoot the teller so there's not a witness. Would you give me a ride?" Now, mind you, the priest, the minister, they're all listening. They all hear this. The person says, "Sure," gets in the car and takes off. And the ministers read about it in the paper the next morning. They watch it on TV that night about this robbery that happened. And they're thinking, "Oh, wow, I wonder if that was somebody that I knew." And they see the sketch, and they go, "Uh-oh, that looks like the person we saw in the car." And then the next day, they're out, same corner, they're visiting, and they're talking about how horrible it was that happened. And lo and behold, that same person drives up, and the same person is on the street corner saying, "Hey, thanks for helping me yesterday. My mom is still sick. I need to get some more drugs, and my kids need more food. And would you take me again? I know we did this yesterday, but would you help me again?" And the ministers are all standing there going, "Oh my goodness, I see what they're going to do. They did it yesterday. They're going to do it again." And they don't say anything. They have total knowledge of what's happening and what's about to happen, and they don't say anything. Have they sinned? Have they sinned by not crying out, by not speaking up? God told Ezekiel in more than one place in the book of Ezekiel that if you hold your tongue and you don't warn the people that I tell you to warn, and they die in their sin, he said, they'll pay for their sin, but I'll require their blood at your hand. I'll require their blood at your hand. One of the reasons that we have President Obama as our president is because clergy did not warn their people, did not rebuke their people, did not instruct their people, did not lead and guide their people and warn them that it is a sin against God to help somebody with their vote if they know that that person is going to shed the blood of babies, is going to further an abominable agenda. They didn't do it. The sheep did not have the voice of the shepherd warning them. So the question is, have those shepherds sinned against God and against the sheep? I think the answer is pretty clear, don't you?
My wife and I, for 5 years,
have been grinding our own wheat and baking our own bread from scratch. Within 2 hours, you can have fresh wheat in your hand and then piping hot bread come out of the oven. The most nutritious and delicious bread you will ever have. And we do it for under $1 a loaf. Call Paula's Bread and find out about this grain mill and the mixer and how it can save you money and change your life. It took me 14 years to write it. 4 rewrites, countless edits. I poured my heart and soul into Dragon Slayers. At points a very inspiring and painful book to write. I encourage you to go to our website and look at the reviews that we have gotten from readers of this book, and then avail yourself. It's an allegory, and I promise you, you'll be inspired.